Are you noticing your memory feeling cloudy or your vision getting blurry at the end of the day? Stop accepting this as a normal part of aging. The truth is, your brain and eyes aren't just getting older. They are literally starving for specific nutrients during their nightly repair cycle. Tonight, you can change that. I'm going to reveal 3 common dry fruits that act as a deep cleaning crew for your neurons and retinas while you sleep. And make sure you stay for fruit number 1. It's a massive surprise that most people use completely wrong. Why exactly is this happening to us? Most of us have been told that failing eyesight and a slipping memory are just inevitable parts of getting older. But that is fundamentally incorrect. The problem isn't just wear and tear, it is a lack of raw materials. At night, while you sleep, your brain activates something called the glymphatic system. Picture a highly efficient street sweeping crew moving through your brain, clearing out damaged proteins and metabolic waste that build up during the day. At the exact same time, the retina at the back of your eye is working desperately to rebuild its light-sensing cells after hours of exposure to harsh lights and screens. Both of these processes demand an enormous amount of energy, antioxidants, and healthy fats. If you go to bed without the right nutrients in your system, the cleanup crew shows up to work, but they have no tools to fix the damage. Over time, that incomplete repair leads to brain fog, slower recall, and a gradual decline in visual sharpness. I know how frustrating this can be. There was a time when I truly believed I just had to accept getting a stronger, thicker prescription for my glasses every single year. I was exhausted by how often I found myself standing in a room, unable to remember why I walked in there. I spent a fortune on random, over-the-counter supplements hoping for a quick fix, but the real breakthrough didn't come from a pill. It came when I finally understood how to feed my body's overnight repair cycle. Today, I am going to give you the exact blueprint to do the same. We are going to break down 3 incredibly powerful, natural dry fruits that act as targeted fuel for your eyes and your brain. By simply eating them before bed, you are sending reinforcements directly into the night shift. Of course, while these natural foods are wonderfully supportive, always remember to consult with your doctor before making major changes to your diet or health routine, especially if you are managing conditions like diabetes. Now let us begin our countdown with a dry fruit that provides the perfect steady drip of energy for your brain. Let us dive right into fruit number 3, the raisin. I know what you might be thinking. Raisins seem too ordinary to be a medical miracle, right? But do not let their simple appearance fool you. Raisins provide something your brain and eyes desperately need during the night, a steady drip of balanced energy. Here is what is really happening inside your body when you turn off the lights. While your conscious mind is resting, your brain and your retinas are running a metabolic marathon. They are actively rewiring connections and regenerating cells. And to do that, they need constant fuel. One of the biggest mistakes we make as we get older is either going to bed completely depleted of energy or, worse, eating refined sugars and heavy carbohydrates right before sleep. Have you ever eaten a sugary dessert at night and woken up feeling incredibly groggy with a heavy brain fog? That is because refined sugar causes a massive spike in your blood glucose, followed by a harsh crash. This crash leaves your neurons and retinal cells in an energy crisis, completely halting the overnight repair process and causing oxidative stress. It is literally rusting your cells from the inside out. This is where raisins step in to save the day. Raisins are packed with polyphenols, particularly powerful antioxidants that neutralize free radicals before they can damage your fragile eye and brain tissue. But more importantly, they contain natural glucose and fructose bound with dietary fiber. This unique combination acts like a gentle, slow-release IV drip of energy. Instead of a dangerous spike, your body gets a stable, continuous supply of fuel. This allows your nighttime cleanup crew to work uninterrupted until morning. The dosage here is critical. You do not need handfuls of them. Just 5 to 7 raisins eaten shortly before bed are exactly what you need to sustain that healthy energy baseline. Again, if you are managing blood sugar issues like diabetes, please consult your physician to see how this fits into your specific dietary plan. But having steady energy is only half the battle. To actually repair the physical structural connections in your memory, you need a very specific type of healthy fat to act as a lubricant. That brings us to our number 2 dry fruit, a food that nature deliberately designed to look exactly like a human brain, and for a very profound reason. Let us move on to dry fruit number 2, the walnut. Have you ever looked closely at a shelled walnut? It looks exactly like a miniature human brain, complete with 2 hemispheres and a wrinkled cortex. Nature often leaves us clues, and I promise you, this resemblance is far more than just symbolic. Walnuts are the ultimate building material for your neurons. To understand why, you have to picture what happens in your brain when you close your eyes. Your brain is essentially a massive, highly active library. Throughout the day, hundreds of new books, which are your conversations, your experiences, and the information you take in, are simply dumped on the floor. At night, the librarian has to sort through that mess and place the books on the correct shelves so you can find them later. This process is called memory consolidation, where short-term memory is converted into long-term storage. But what happens if the library shelves are broken, the lights are dim, and the hinges of the doors are completely rusted shut? The books never get put away. They get lost. This is exactly why you might struggle to recall a name or walk into a room and completely forget why you are there. It is not because your brain is old. It is because your neural connections are stiff and inflamed. Walnuts provide an extraordinary supply of alpha-linolenic acid, a powerful plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, alongside natural melatonin. These omega-3s act like premium oil for the hinges of your brain cells. They build flexible, healthy cell membranes, allowing electrical signals and memories to pass through smoothly and with crystal clarity. Meanwhile, the natural melatonin helps align your circadian rhythm, pulling you into that deep, restorative sleep exactly when the librarian needs to work the most. When I first started focusing on my brain health, I made a huge mistake that I see so many people making today. I was eating roasted, heavily salted, and honey-glazed walnuts. Please do not do this. The roasting heat destroys those fragile, brain-healing omega-3 oils, and the salt and sugar trigger inflammation. You must eat them raw. Just 2 to 3 raw walnut halves before bed are all you need. When I made this simple switch, the heavy morning mental fog finally lifted. It literally felt like someone had turned the lights back on inside my head. Walnuts are unmatched when it comes to saving your memory. But what about your eyes? To protect your retinas from macular degeneration and repair the damage caused by blue light, we need the ultimate defensive shield. And that brings us to the absolute most important dry fruit on our list at number 1. We have finally reached the number 1 dry fruit on our list, and this one is non-negotiable if you want to save your eyesight. Let me be blunt. If walnuts are the fuel that powers your brain, then the almond is the absolute impenetrable shield for your retinas. But this is where I must deliver the critical warning I promised you at the very beginning of this video. Eating almonds the way 99% of people do is a complete waste of time and money. Pay very close attention, because when it comes to rescuing your vision, preparation is everything. Let us look at what is really going on inside your eyes. The retina, the thin layer at the back of your eye, is lined with millions of fragile photoreceptor cells. Every single day, these cells are bombarded by free radicals from harsh UV rays, artificial blue light from our phones and TVs, and massive oxidative stress. Over time, this constant assault weakens the retina, leading to blurry vision, dry eyes, and conditions like age-related macular degeneration. Your eyes are basically rusting. Almonds contain one of the most powerful fat-soluble antioxidants in existence, vitamin E. Think of vitamin E as a microscopic Kevlar shield that wraps around your cell membranes. Every time those free radicals try to damage your retinal cells, vitamin E absorbs the impact and neutralizes the threat. In fact, research published in ophthalmology journals shows that diets rich in vitamin E can reduce the progression of age-related eye diseases by as much as 25%. Furthermore, the healthy fats in almonds improve microcirculation, ensuring that the tiny, delicate blood vessels in your eyes remain flexible and fully capable of delivering oxygen to the optic nerve. But here is the massive mistake almost everyone makes. They eat them dry, straight out of the bag, with the brown skin still on. That brown skin contains enzyme inhibitors and phytic acid, which lock the nutrients inside and make them incredibly hard for your aging digestive system to break down. You are essentially flushing those precious antioxidants down the drain. The secret is soaking. You must soak 6 to 8 almonds in a glass of water for at least 6 to 8 hours, and then physically peel off the brown skin before you eat them. This simple act of soaking deactivates the inhibitors and makes the vitamin E 100% bioavailable for your body to absorb. I used to wake up every morning with dry, gritty red eyes that felt exhausted before the day even began. Once I started eating soaked and peeled almonds before bed, my eyes finally felt rested, lubricated, and sharp in the morning. So you now have the steady energy from the raisins, the structural brain fuel from the walnuts, and the vision shield from the soaked almonds. But how do you put them all together to create maximum overnight repair? Now that you understand the deep science behind these three incredible dry fruits, let us talk about exactly how to put them together. Information without action is useless. So I am going to give you a simple, highly effective 30-day nightly protocol to rebuild your brain and eyes while you sleep. Step 1 is preparation. In the morning, drop 6 to 8 almonds into a glass of water and leave them on your kitchen counter. By the evening, the skin will slip right off. Step 2 is the combination. Take those peeled almonds and place them in a small bowl with exactly 2 to 3 raw walnut halves and 5 to 7 raisins. Do not add yogurt, do not add honey, and please do not add salt. We want the pure, unaltered, natural compounds. Step 3 is the timing, and this is crucial. You need to eat this precise trio exactly 30 to 45 minutes before you go to sleep. Why? Because this gives your digestive system just enough time to break down the nutrients and release them into your bloodstream right as your brain and retinas enter their deepest phase of glymphatic repair. To maximize the absorption, sip a small glass of warm water and, this is non-negotiable, turn off all screens at least 30 minutes before bed. The artificial blue light from your phone destroys your natural melatonin, actively fighting against the very healing process you're trying to trigger. I challenge myself to follow this exact protocol strictly for 30 days. Let me tell you honestly, for the first few days, I did not notice much. But by the end of week 2, something profound shifted. I stopped waking up feeling like my brain was wrapped in a thick fog. My thoughts were sharp, my recall was faster, and my eyes finally lost that dry, heavy, gritty feeling in the morning. It felt like I had genuinely reclaimed a piece of my youth just by feeding my body what it was begging for. However, I must pause right here to give you a very serious safety warning. While these foods are 100% natural, they are biologically active. If you have any nut allergies, obviously, you must avoid this protocol entirely. More importantly, if you are diabetic, pre-diabetic, or actively managing your blood sugar levels, you need to be careful even with the small amount of natural fructose in those 5 to 7 raisins. Always, and I mean always, consult your primary care physician before starting any new daily nutritional habit. Your doctor knows your specific health profile, and it is vital to ensure these natural remedies fit safely into your medical plan. So what happens when you commit to this protocol? Getting older is an absolute privilege. Your senior years are meant to be a time for enjoying the wisdom you have gathered over a lifetime, not a time for slowly losing your precious memories and the beautiful sights of the world around you. You do not have to simply surrender to brain fog and fading vision. By making this small, targeted change to your evening routine, you are taking the power back into your own hands. You are finally giving your body the exact tools it needs to repair, restore, and rebuild. Remember, the true secret lies in consistency and preparation. Soak your almonds to unlock their vitamin E shield. Use raw walnuts to lubricate your neural pathways with omega-3s, and let a few raisins provide the steady energy to keep the repair cycle going all night. And as always, please be a responsible advocate for your own health. Make sure to discuss this nightly protocol with your doctor to ensure it is the perfect fit for your unique medical profile. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these 3 dry fruits is your favorite, and are you going to try soaking your almonds tonight? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you found this information valuable and empowering, please hit that like button and share this video with your family and friends who could also benefit from clearer vision and a sharper memory. Finally, make sure to subscribe to Senior Health Compass so you never miss out on our natural, science-backed strategies for aging with strength and vitality. Thank you so much for watching. Sleep well tonight, and I will see you in the next video.